America is a land blessed with natural resources. But one of these resources remains largely unexploited: wind. Wind is inexhaustible, and energy from wind is clean. It produces no emissions, and it's increasingly efficient. Today's turbines cost less to buy and run, and they produce more energy. The greater efficiency of America's latest generation wind farms means that wind can play an increasingly important part in meeting our country's electricity needs and environmental targets. And as this industry grows, it will create new jobs, boost local economies, and give America a broader based and therefore more secure energy mix. EverPower is one of America's fastest growing wind farm developers, owners, and operators. Its 6 operational wind farms in Pennsylvania, New York, and California have a combined generating capacity of 512 megawatts. That's enough to power around 125,000 homes. And it's developing other wind farms across the country, which will make EverPower one of America's leading renewable energy producers.
We've seen a growing acceptance of renewables and even a growing demand for renewables in the U.S. One factor clearly is the fact that people view renewables as homegrown energy, so it's a security issue. The second factor is that the price has decreased, so renewable energy is more competitive and therefore is not seen as much as a luxury as it was a few years ago.
For EverPower, successful wind farm planning, construction, and operation depends on building strong relationships with the communities around them and making a positive, lasting economic impact. So to develop and build the Highland, Highland North, and Patton wind farms in Cambria County, Pennsylvania, EverPower employed local people whenever possible. To operate them, they created 13 full-time jobs, mainly filled by Western Pennsylvanians. Together, these 3 wind farms will inject over $1.5 million into the local economy each year in locally bought goods, services, and lease payments. And EverPower pays a further $600,000 a year directly to local municipalities and school districts.
With the money that we received on the impact fees, it helped eliminate us from raising the taxes, so that was a big help, especially for the elderly because they're on a fixed income, and God bless them. It's hard enough to make ends meet, let alone trying to do everything else.
You know, we attended the meetings, and they, had everybody there that they needed, the environmentalists, the engineers, to answer everybody's questions. So they have a good approach.
The wind turbine has had almost no impact on my farming operation. And the cows will graze right underneath the wind turbine. And they sleep underneath it oftentimes.
The Twin Ridges Wind Farm in Somerset County, Pennsylvania, is one of the largest wind farms in the state, with 68 turbines on land leased from 89 owners. At peak, building the project involved nearly 200 construction workers and has created 11 full-time operation and maintenance jobs. As with the Cambria County wind farms, the host townships and the county and local school districts receive ongoing payments.
It blows my mind at how great it worked out for us. It took our total revenue from $65,000 a year to about $230,000 a year. Since then, I've been able to buy some equipment. I've been able to hire more help, help employ the community, and it's just been great for our township.
The company has been very instrumental in partnering with not just one community, but the entire footprint of this project, which is right over to the edge of the state of Maryland. So yes, these people have all been upfront, and they want to be part of the community here because now they are part of the community. This wind energy farm on the Twin Ridges is now part of 3 different townships here in southern Somerset County.
It's the revenue that goes to the township. It's the revenue that was economic development and the jobs that were created during the construction, and then after construction, there's a lot of benefits that come to the area as well. A lot of materials that are purchased, a lot of people that are hired, and so forth. So it's all in all, it's been a very positive thing for the area.
In 2012, EverPower expanded beyond its northeastern power base by acquiring Mustang Hills in California, a 150 megawatt section of one of the world's premier wind power centers. EverPower owns and operates 50 of the turbines here, generating enough power for over 35,000 homes.
The Mustang Hills acquisition really allowed us to jumpstart our activity, and by acquiring that project, which was a very large and high-value project, we really were able to leapfrog into an entirely new class of developer, much larger than we had been up until that time.
To monitor and manage all the electricity it's now generating and the further capacity it intends to add, EverPower moved its headquarters to Pittsburgh, where it's built a utility-grade operations center. EverPower has long-term contracts to supply local energy companies with around half its output. The rest it trades to take advantage of price movements and surges in demand. With its new operations center and its successful track record as a developer, operator, and community member, EverPower has built a strong platform for further growth.
This is really a sector that's poised to grow, and it will grow, and we have to really be the stewards of that so that the communities in which we operate really aren't afraid to have us assume an ever-increasing role in the power mix. We are members of the communities in which we operate. While we're developing a project, while we're constructing a project, and later while we're operating a project, we take the view that we're going to be there for at least 20 years. And that gives us a perspective which I think is very different from some other developers. It's something that we really need to honor and cherish as we continue to operate in the communities in which we're doing business.